of transparency, I can say maybe for the last month, I've experienced, I can say, like depression, and it's just like it came very much unexpected. It's like my past or a thing from my past triggered me, and instead of just overlooking it or just allowing it to just go away, I dug deeper into it just to figure out. It really hit me hard because of the fact that it was something that was so traumatic, but I allowed myself to mentally put it away. I allowed myself to suppress it. I allowed myself to push it under the rug and never even thought about it. And so, for something so drastic that happened, for me to actually push it to the back of my mind and not even remember it, that was like, I don't know, it was wild. And for it to happen the way it happened, and for it to stack up on top of certain things that I'm dealing with already, it was a very, very heavy, it was a heavy moment for me. Through this experience, it literally made me question myself. It made me second guess myself. It made me feel unworthy of a lot of things. It was just like I began to question my parenting. I began to question myself as a woman. I began to question myself in a lot of areas. And just imagine how you can get so far in life, or you can be, in a place where you're like, I'm at peace, and then all of a sudden it's just like it comes crumbling down. And that's what I experienced. I experienced a past trigger that came up in a moment that I was at peace, in a moment that I was good. And so it was just like, it immediately, as I began to go through it, it was so heavy and it happened so fast. And the trigger was so, just to act, just like to deal with it, it was a very, very hard task. And, I was questioning God and asking, I just don't understand, why am I going through this? Why am I feeling so heavy about this? Why do I even have to address this? I don't even want to think about it. I don't want to talk about it. It's just something that was in the back of my mind. Why couldn't it stay there? And I realized that one traumatic moment, or those traumatic moments that I experienced, caused dysfunction in my life. It caused, even now, certain things that came up that I now understand why I respond the way I respond. I understand now why it's hard for me to trust. I understand now why, as a woman, I never really felt protected. I never really felt covered. And, God began to reveal to me how, at this moment, He was like, you never dealt with this before. But He was like, just think about where you are now. The growth that you have experienced in your life is allowing you to face what you're facing right now, head on, not turning away from it. Because even in the process, it got so heavy, I'm not even gonna lie, I had to turn to the bottle. I had a couple of drinks, you know what I'm saying? Just to, like, it was so harsh, like it was hitting so hard. Like, I was just like, I gotta numb this. But the thing about it was, I saw my growth in it because of the fact that I was so aware that it was an unhealthy habit. I was so aware that this is not what I want to do. I was so, like, alert to the point where it was just like I was actually, like, writing and asking God. I was like, God, I know where I am. I see where I'm headed. I see what's going on. I don't like it. I don't want to go there. I don't want to be depressed. I don't want to go through depression. I don't want to get in this state of mind, because I was really getting to the place where I felt myself shutting down. And I noticed when I shut down, it's not a good thing, because I am like a very numb. I can numb stuff to the point where it was like you would never even know it's there. And that's why I say, like, even with that experience that I had, it was just like I never knew how I could block something out for so long. And even after, I went through, or going through, I literally, and this just recently, yesterday, I had to stop myself. And I had to talk to God. And I asked God, I was like, God, I know I'm wrong. I know I've done wrong. But at this point, I feel like I have disappointed you. I feel like I have strayed so far to the point to where it was like I know I was doing wrong and I still did wrong. I know I was running from you and I still ran. I'm at a place to where it's like, can you forgive me? Can you accept me? Can you receive me? Do you still love me? Do you still care about me? Have I done so wrong that you can't even use me anymore? And I literally cried because I was just in a state of like I was really hurting. And it wasn't just hurt from here. It's hurt from my past was piled on top of what was going on now, on top of situation, on top of situation. It was just like a heaviness that was just hitting. And it's just like you look around and you're like, God, why don't you send people to me in my time of need? Why ain't nobody calling me? You know what I'm saying? Why can't anybody feel me? Why can't anybody see me? I just don't understand. But God was just, it's like he started just speaking to me on a different level. And he started just like, I thought I was so far gone. And I didn't even, honestly, I didn't even do anything. But it was just the guilt was piling on me. And I knew that it was nobody but the enemy that was trying to make me feel less than, trying to make me feel like I wasn't worthy, trying to make me feel like, oh, you can't even do right by him. You can't even walk away from drinking. You can't even walk away from certain things. Like, you're just there. And I was just like, I didn't even do nothing. But I felt the guilt of a lot of things. And I just felt like so less than. The enemy like really had overtaken. In a certain way, it was just like I was battling for my sanity. I think as mothers, we put so much on ourselves. We carry a lot. We have a lot of different responsibilities. And it's just like, even in my place, it was just like I felt like sometimes the things that I've done in my past, some of the decisions I made, even though I've accepted them and I have acknowledged the things that I've done wrong, it's just like, even now with my kids and the things that they experience and the things that we go through, it's still just like in the back of my mind, it's just like, dang, I wish I would have did better. I wish, I would have made better decisions. But it's not for us to continue to dwell on what we did. It's now, at this point, even with me now, it's just like, I'm at a place to where I know I can't do it by myself. Experiencing the moments that I experienced, it caused me to shut down. As I began to shut down, there were a lot of things that started to pile up on me that I could not handle alone. I could not do it by myself. So I reached out for help. I reached out and I asked, I don't know what to do. I called a friend that had kids, and I literally was so vulnerable with her. And I told her, I'm at the place to where I just don't know what to do in this situation. I don't know how to handle it. How did you handle it when you had to face it? How did you handle it when you had to go through it? Like, I just need help. And, to me, it felt so good to be able to do that because I've never done it before. It's just like, it's so hard to trust people. It's so hard to be vulnerable. It's so hard to be open. Even for me to be vulnerable with not knowing how to do something or not knowing what to do, it was just kind of hard because it's like you're revealing a weakness about yourself. Who wants to reveal their weaknesses? But I'm just at a place to where I don't even care anymore. You got to do what's best for you. You got to do what's best for your kids. You got to do what's best for your situation. People not going to always agree. People not going to understand. But it's not for them to understand, and it's not for them to agree. Because in the end, it's going to help you, not them. And they ain't going to be the ones that have to deal with it. So it is what it is. Take care of yourselves. I don't know why I had to go through that. Because I was even asking God, I'm like, God, I don't even understand. Like, this is crazy. I'm in a better space. Like, why am I dealing with this? I don't understand. But God began to show me. And it's because of the fact that you need to open your mouth. You need to stop trying to think you can do it by yourself. You need to stop feeling like you got to do it by yourself. Open your mouth. Nobody will know until you say something. Nobody will know you need help until you ask for it. Nobody will know what you need until you open your mouth. Open your mouth. Stop being ashamed. Stop being scared. Open your mouth.
2 hours later.
If you ever happen to get into that space, there are so many different resources available to you. There are people that you can talk to, but get help. Find you somebody. Find you an environment that is safe for you. Find you somebody that's safe to talk to. Don't continue to do life on your own. And when you feel unworthy, just know that God chose you. Even before you were born, God knows you. God loves you. God respects you. God knows what he created you for. And he's just waiting on you to take your position. Take up your position in his kingdom, because he loves you regardless. No matter what you do, no matter what you've done, no matter where you've been, no matter what you're doing now, God is willing to accept you however. But just know he's not going to leave you there. He wants you to experience the best. He wants to give you the best. But he needs you to be willing to accept it. And in order to receive or accept what he has for you, you have to drop all the weights. You got to get it off your chest. You got to talk about it. You got to do what you need to do to move forward. I promise you, it's going to be hard. It's not easy at all. It's a very tough battle, especially when you're used to doing it alone, when you're used to suppressing, when you're used to not talking about it. But I'm here to tell you, get it off your chest. Don't do it by yourself. Just know, beautiful, you are not alone. This parenting thing is very hard. The mistakes you made doesn't make you or break you. Don't allow it to. Don't continue to do it on your own. Don't continue to self-sabotage yourself or doubt yourself. God has full confidence in you. God knows that you can do it. God placed it in you. You don't see the light when you're walking in the dark tunnel, but the closer you get to the end, it's like the light started shining, and I started seeing the light. And I'm at the place to where the light is brightly shining, as you can see. But it was very dark. Going through that space, very dark. It was kind of scary because it was just like I was secretly asking God, like, God, I can't. I'm feeling like I'm about to give up. And I said that for probably a week and a half straight. I just kept telling myself, I said, I feel like I'm about to give up. I feel so hopeless. I feel like I am losing ground. And I just kept telling God that, and it was like nothing was changing. But it wasn't that nothing was changing. It was that I wasn't making the moves and taking the steps that I needed. I knew what I needed to do, but I chose not to do it because I felt ashamed. I felt embarrassed. I felt like I needed to hide that. But God was like, I need you to come out of hiding, baby. I need you to come out that cave, like he told Elijah. I need you to come out of this cave because you're not the only one. As I began to open my mouth and reclaim the position God had already placed me in, things, like, it was like the ground was starting to get even sturdier. The steps were starting to come. And so don't give up. Don't lose hope. There is much out there. Don't allow the enemy to trick you out of your blessings. Don't allow the enemy to trick you or allow you to self-sabotage yourself. They're only thoughts. They're only feelings. And even if it is your situation, you could come out of it. There is much out there for you. You just need to seek ye first the kingdom of God, and everything will be added unto you. And I'm very thankful right now because I feel like I have literally beat another stage. So you can do the same. Don't keep wallowing in what you're going through. Don't keep accepting whatever it is around you. God has a better plan. God has a plan. God has something in store for you. Just trust and believe that and begin to go get it. You got to go get it. You can't just sit there and wallow in it. You got to go get it.